Hello, hello, hello. We are back for part 2, decorating the pages. We'll see how far we get this time. Last video, we finished off the second signature. So moving into the third, this is another one of those flips. The pocket here, and I did a lace pocket. Hope everybody is doing well today. It's early, really early in the morning, per usual for me. Punch that little notch out of there. Go ahead and ink it just to help it stand out. This doesn't require a whole lot of inking because it's already super, super grungy. And I'm going to do this as, oh, see, I put writing surface on the back. So I'm going to do that as a flip, like so. Just going to run a bead of glue down this center fold. I'm contemplating before I glue this completely. Well, either way, the fold, it's going to have to be glued on, at the fold anyway. So. I was trying to decide whether if I want to leave this as a flip out or go ahead and glue this down just along the bottom. I think I am. I'm going to glue this on the bottom and I'm going to make this a little tuck spot. So get something up underneath here real quick. Now, as you saw, the back of this was a solid blue. You could you could write on it, especially with like a white, one of these white marker pens, a white jelly roll pen. But so I'm going to do it so this will be a corner tuck. So it's glued down here on the bottom, glued up on the fold. And then when you flip it, this folds out. You have a pocket here and a pocket here. Did do something on this page, just to give it some pizzazz, and I also want to put something on here. Let's pull my that's too big. Those are too big. What else do I got in here? Nothing out there. My other dies here. My other excuse me, my other die cuts. Get one of these. Didn't mean to pull both of them out, but just to give it a little grounding. I'm going to go on this side. You know, I usually put something on my Roku just to have some sort of something in the background for me. You know, it's just, and obviously I can't ever hear what it is when I'm playing because YouTube, copyright, all that good, you know, striking, all that good fun stuff. You would think by now I would have learned not to put a movie on, especially one that I've never seen before, or it's been like ancient times since I've seen it, because you know, I'm like want to be watching it and I can't be because yeah. That one's going to be a bear to stitch, or to stamp, I mean. Because it's right, you know, there's the ledge right there. So, let's see. Let me see. Grab one of my other stamping blocks. Just to give it a flat surface to push up against, you know. What I want to do there, though. Maybe some musical instruments, since I got music page going on there. Blending brush, where are you? I'm trying to keep stuff off to the side and out of my way, but I'm not doing so well. Nothing super fancy here, just kind of giving a little something in the background. Just to give it something, you know. Okay. This is another page that was folded over, but it is torn. Let me get into here. almost. Okay. Should just do all. Let me just do them while I got my punch out. So these do have little knobby edges. There's more to them than, you know. I mean, I could cut around really cut around the outside, but you know, why bother when I can take a cheater way, right? And I was thinking initially to do one on this side and then one on this side to cover that hole up and leave it sort of as a flip. Or I can glue it as a pocket. I have no idea what just fell. Hit my foot, whatever it was. Ah. Blending brush. So yes, that's what I'm going to do. Glue these two circles together. Lined up. Let that dry. And then that, just a little flip. Doop, doop. Little secret writing spot. Almost said hiding spot. This is another Roxy Creation pocket. Now, because I have this here, I think I'm going to glue this straight down to the page. Versus, you know, making it as a pocket. I've always said, I've said it before, um, by gluing it all the way down, you eliminate any potential, right? There's no longer any possibility that this could be used as a pocket, as a tuck spot, behind it. And again, that's kind of just an executive decision to make along the way. Some of them I will have done that with, some of them I won't. And that is purely based on where it is in the journal, what's going on around it. Do I feel like I have enough other pockets and stuff going on, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Oh, I definitely need something going on right in there. Not sure what. Okay. There's another one of these window playing card pieces that I created. Again, you can find the video on these in my Steampunk It Up playlist. Okay, here's another one of these pockets. And I'm not going to do anything with the front of that because I love, with the edge, because it's already naturally quote unquote inked with the dyeing process. The dyeing and the drying. I may come back. I'm probably going to come back and put something there. Here's another one of these pockets made with an envelope. Need my hole punch. Now this one, on the last one, this back end got dyed with no problem. This one, the tea dye didn't soak through, so you can see the whiteness of the envelope there. So I'm just going to come in here with my dauber, grunge that up. Now, something else you could do is take the piece that you just cut off and glue that onto this back piece like that. And that way, when your pocket is closed, that's what you're looking at. And you'd still see the line because I inked it. Something up there. I really gotten my stamps out too much, have I? That's way too little. Maybe go up that way. Oh, there it is. I'm like, where? Like, where did my doilies go? Something like that. Flip page. Pardon me, just a second. Yucky. So frustrating. I can definitely tell when the Benadryl has worn off because this is what happens. I've had a relatively okay day, but I've kept myself pretty medicated as far as the allergy stuff goes. But yeah, like as soon as the Benadryl wears off, I start sneezing really bad. My throat starts getting scratchy, and then the hacking and the coughing starts. Okay. That weren't supposed to happen. Puzzle piece that on there. And then you take this. Get you on there. Let's do this. So I'm in the black, and I'm just gonna blink and pick up some red a little bit, and then go one more time in through the black. Now again, remember this is that pigment ink, so it does have some drying time to it. So I can move a little bit slower if I need to. Pardon me while I step out and get my butterflies. I was going to grab my butterfly stamps, but why not get into my butterfly stickers? Look into my die cuts first. I don't think I have anything small enough as far as like my die cuts. Right size, maybe a little smaller, but I also don't want color. Butterfly stickers. Okay. I get my pen. Underneath that bottom plastic. Now, let's see. Oh, that blends in too much. That red and brown one. I like that red on there, but the gears get lost on that background. If I was putting stuff away in the box, I would be having less, not a lot, but I'd be having less issues. I'm going to glue this just on the 3 sides. Get my glue to go. Suddenly is not wanting to cooperate. Okay. Get that glued down, semi-centered. So some glue popping up, paper popping up right there. Let's get that glued down. Where did my glue rag go? Found it. It was on the floor by my feet. Mopping up the extra glue. And then this, we're going to glue on there, but I do want to just highlight these a little bit on the edges just to help them stand out. Go around the edges of this. Yeah. I have one more set of these that I need to work on. Should we just center it? Sure, why not? Again, beautifully grunged already, just from the dyeing and drying. Again, this is a Chewy, the pet food company. A Chewy package. There's that. Apparently there was some glue stick stuck on there. And another belly band made with packing tape. This was a Melina Pilot M Scrapbusters Saturday Challenge. You can find it in my Scrap Busting with Melina and Gail playlist. Again, belly band, you're just gluing the top and the bottom. Centering it top to bottom, left to right, as much or as little as you want. There's another one of these wraparound sort of. So this is, again, it's made with a manila envelope or a mailing envelope. I took out the original window plastic, replaced it with um, brain. I'm drawing a blank. A different kind of plastic. So you end up with double windows. I've sewn all the way around the edges. There's also a pocket here. It's glued. So this is meant to be a flip and a flip. So again, this just gets glued right down the center. Or you could just clip it on too. That's always an option. I'm going to clip it. I'm going to safety pin it, paper clip it, just so that it holds while it dries. So I can keep moving. And lastly is another one of these envelopes made out of pharmacy bags. Pocket, pocket, pocket. And if I so choose, pocket behind. The last one, I think I glued all the way down. Let me go double check that. I do kind of like to alternate. So yes, that one's glued all the way down. So this one will go in with just the three sides glued, and you'll be able to tuck stuff in behind. Do I want to go from behind or do I want to go from the side though? I'm going to go from the side. Just because I think it'll make it easier for that, for access to that back pocket if that top flap is glued all the way down. That pin's all rusty. I'm going to throw it away. Okay. We're going to go back to the beginning, see where I was at. Pocket there. Writing page, texture, pocket, tuck, grunge, tuck, with a flip out, and a pocket, and a pocket. Pocket. Pocket, pocket. texture there. Pocket, pocket, pocket behind. Okay, so I accidentally glued that side down. That's just when I was gluing it. You know, they're manufactured bags, like, you know, so they're not perfect. And so when I put glue, like the fold of the paper of the bag was offset, so there was room on this side, but like, so when I glued the back, this side I cut the back layer and this side I cut the front layer, so it glued this side of the pocket down, glued that gusset closed. So just to make it the same on both sides, I went ahead and just glue that front down there. This page badly needs something. So let's start with a stencil. Let's do brown this time. Again, this is walnut stain. Whole Post-it note still on here from when I got these and did the video on them. I'll probably pick up some of that black down there. And if I do, that's okay. In fact, what I may do it on purpose. Just to help grungy it up. Just to add some black in random places. Close you up. Let's see. That's blue. I thought those were black. Let's see if I've got. Looking for my little stuff. Okay, and then what I'm going to do here is set this aside. Realize that's black on black, so give me just a second to get some paper going here. Just the TD work right in this moment. Just doing a rough little fussy cut, kiss cut. Okay, so I've got those 3 pieces. Keep my garbage to a minimum here. Get my brown dauber that needs to be inked. I'm like, oh, please tell me I marked what page this was going on. I did. Okay. Now, I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut this down to fit. That is a coffee stained coffee filter. Might be a tea stained coffee filter. Let's see. I'm looking for a place that is thin enough. So Minnie Moose had her pediatrics appointment today, and no surprise, she was diagnosed with ADHD. And separation anxiety, which, doesn't surprise me. I mean, I would actually be surprised if she didn't, given everything that's happened in her little world in the last year, having to go from 24-hour full access to both parents and, practical full-time access to her big sister, to now having to 50-50 each parent. And she she spends the week with her big sister when they're at their dad's, because he has his week with the girls is on the same week. So she gets that week with her sister, but the week that she's with Sam, it's, a crapshoot as to whether or not she'll be able to see her sister at all that week. Just then that's for no reason other than, coordinating schedules. And so, it doesn't surprise me. And like I said, I would actually be, pretty surprised if she didn't have some level of anxiety going on as a result of everything. It's been a heck of a year, for a 5, now 6-year-old to deal with, Just glue those down in the center. Let's move this out of the way. I meant to ask, so they're going to start her on medication. I meant to ask which kind, and I forgot. Now, do I want this to go on as a... Nah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to glue it all the way down. I'd be concerned about it getting hung up. They're going to start her on a low dose medication. She's going to go into the office each morning and at school and take her meds. And I'm going to start with just once in the morning. See how it goes. And then they will evaluate from there whether to either increase so that she takes an afternoon dose of the same medication to get her through the rest of the day, or change medications altogether. But yeah, I mean, that's how it was with her brother. You know, he was kind of in that same boat that she was in, that, you know, he was having so many problems at school, and we had to do something. And they were going to let him come back to school if he wasn't on medication. And that was the only reason I put him on any kind of meds. Also, the reason why when I started homeschooling, I immediately pulled him off the meds. But he would take a dose in the morning before he'd leave for school. And then he would go in at the lunch hour and take his afternoon dose. And then he didn't take any more once he got home, because then it was, you know, he had a space. You know, if he was having difficulty paying attention and focusing and getting in trouble at home, I could send him to his room to go think about his behavior. You know, he didn't really have that option at school. So that was the only solution we had at the time. They were gonna have her start taking it, like, you know, at breakfast, you know, and Sam expressed some concern that she wouldn't be getting her dose consistently, going from one parent's house to the other, because her dad is not fully supportive of her being on medication. He's fought even getting her tested and diagnosed, until it got to the point that, you know, it was going to affect him. And then suddenly it was like, oh, you know, now that she's getting ready to be kicked out of a program, and I'm going to have to pay for daycare. And, you know, then it was like, you know, we really need to do something. It's like, oh, really? You don't say. So, you know, the diagnosis was no surprise to either Sam nor myself. we've as two ADHD people, we know the signs. We know what it looks like. Just looking for a little something extra there, but I think these all I have are orange, yellow, red. Where's this burgundy one? If I can get them out. This is the downside among many to cutting out ahead of time and storing them, is that storing them is a pain. Because this is what happens when you want to use them. So I have the burgundy and I have a red one. Let's see. Just thinking from the standpoint of when the book is open, pulling in off of this page here. Let's put color. Let's go like this. Trying to decide which color I like better. Burgundy it is. It's the only one I have of that color. Wow, and we are just over an hour. So we will definitely be back for more parts of this. Glue it that way. Where's my glue page? That over there, out of the way. Bring this in. Glue. And then also, they're going to take her off of it every summer, or this first summer anyway. I mean, it's kind of under the same premise. They're during the summer, it's more one-on-one parent-child. Teachers don't have that luxury to be able to focus that much attention toward one child. Whereas in theory, a parent should. She does get it 50% of the time. She gets the, one-on-one attention. So that was the beginning of, I don't know, I'm about halfway through. Pocket there. Let's see, let's get some focal points. Roses, dual roses. Those. These are single roses. Ooh, let's do this one. Let's see how this one looks. I can pick it up. kind of like it on that side. It blends in over there. Okay. Let's make sure. I like the blue because it brings out that color a little bit. These. Did say she is not showing any or not enough clinical signs for autism, which, you know, good and bad. Also, diagnosis of autism in girls is a challenge in the medical field at best. It is highly underdiagnosed in girls. So it's a watch and wait as far as that goes to see if anything else develops in that realm. Let's see. One of these. Just put a big old butterfly on there. But we'll see where things go. I said, you know, like Sam and I were talking, it's like, okay, you know, one would like to have just a clear cut, oh, look, here's a single diagnosis that explains everything. But in reality, we know that's not, you know, not possible. That's not reality. The pediatrician has requested the results of her sleep study that she had done in 2022. He said, you know, suspected, you know, is, you know, because sleep apnea is there's an association with ADHD. Which, as an ADHD person with sleep apnea, I was aware of that. But I'm glad somebody else is looking at it, because it definitely did not seem like much was addressed at the time. It was like, oh, wow. I don't know. I don't see evidence of sleep apnea when she's here. I do see things more like restless leg syndrome type stuff. Which also has an association with ADHD. That's what I'm looking for. Need something solid back here. And again, this is just adding an extra element here. Let's see what I'm going to do once I get this on here. Glue this down. Okay. And then I'll take this. Glue it down, and that'll be a pocket. So, a pocket here. All right, we're at 1 hour and 15 minutes. I have just one last page to decorate in the second signature. So join me for part 3, where we're going to go through, pick up where we left off. I'm actually going to grab one of those back. I'm going to put a safety pin, paper clip there so I know where I'm at. And then we will go through and decorate up some of this. Come on. We'll see how that goes. I may yeah. I realize there's a pocket there, but I think this was meant to be a clip-on. I'm going to glue that pocket closed, but I'm also going to run a bead down along this bottom edge, and I'm going to turn this side rather than it being a double flip. I'm going to glue it down, and then it'll be a tuck spot on this side. I just need you to glue down. And then this side will flip out her pocket underneath. I did the same thing on this one that I did on that other one. Glue the gusset down. All right, so there is part 2 of the Steampunk journal. Stay tuned for part 3, and hopefully we'll be finished decorating the pages, and we can work on tags and journaling cards, some of which I've got a lot done already. So we'll fill pockets first and then make based on need from there. Put this away there. All right. So thanks for tuning in, and we will catch you next time. Bye.